For this one, we are going to be taking a look at Jaydon Molina. So full disclosure, Jaydon Molina is a player that I did coach. Pomona was my last stop. Coached all these guys right here. Right now, I know Jaydon does have an offer from Fort Lewis, also outstanding athlete. So we are going to take a look at his film just to check it out. I know they just took a loss, their first loss of the season, to 4A Dakota Ridge. Solid team that they lost to, so and a top ranked team in 4A in the state. And so as the number one team in 3A, I don't think that's a bad loss at all. I know it doesn't feel good, but on paper it's not a bad loss. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. All right, class of 2026, Pomona High School, 3.0 GPA, 6 foot. I don't know why I thought you were 6'1", bro. 6 foot, 160, DB, cornerback, safety, track athlete, and an email way to reach you. Love that. Okay. And then we have 1 through 3 week highlight pinned up here. Let's go. Right. That's exactly where we want this to be. It's exactly how that's supposed to look. So great job right there, Jaydon. Great job. So we'll just go ahead and go straight over to Huddle. Check this out and see what we got. All right, so title page. We all know how I feel about title pages. Love this. Awesome. See, that's what I thought you were 6'1". You have 6 foot on your Twitter. It makes it look a little suspect, and I'm telling you right now, coaches always round down. And the reason why we round down is because it's rounded up to begin with. So we'll round down. So if one says 6 foot, the other says 6'1", we're going to go with 6 foot. Right? It's just easier that way to gauge and get a better idea, because I'd rather meet you in person and realize, oh, you're taller than I thought, than see you and go, oh, you're shorter than I thought. The only two things that I would add here, I feel like you can already guess it, would be what school do you go to and how do I contact you? That's it. Email, put that email there. Perfect. All right, let's go. Defensive stats. Okay, so 1, don't need this page. All right, I don't need a stats page. Stats are not as important as you guys think. Most college coaches don't know anything about the stats going on at your school, and they don't care for a lot of reasons. Okay, but this is just, all we need is the title page. Don't need another one after it. But what this kind of tells me is that there's probably going to be offensive clips on here, to which I would say, if you play enough offense, make its own highlight. Right? Make its own highlight. Don't put them together. Yeah, see, right now we are far enough into this film that we should have 3 seconds. We should already be watching some clips, okay? Because we're at 6 seconds, 10 seconds of, so 11 seconds of title page. Don't need that, okay? Just the one, keep it going. All right, pre-snap, see where you are. You know how I feel about you turning so fast. Just ran the route for him, though. And then we get to see a return. I like this. Pick up another block. Good job. Stay on your feet and run that one in. You had a couple of those last year. I want to see you pick 6 of those. I like that speed turn. Now, one thing, Jaydon, I am gonna break this down. I'm gonna let it play through, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk technique a little bit, because again, this is somebody that I've had the pleasure of coaching sophomore year, and then training a lot during junior year last year, or heading into junior year, and so now we're on offense. So this is another reason why I'm not a big fan of this. All right, you guys are. Your colors are dark, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the film it's you on offense in a white jersey, so it's a little confusing, but it wasn't necessary. I like that. All right. So some of my issues with some of the things that I see in high school ball, especially in Colorado, I personally am not a fan of outside leverage. I don't like it, especially, I don't like it in high school. I really don't like it in Colorado just because it's not necessary. And when you play outside leverage, even though these clips aren't outside leverage, but if you play outside leverage, it requires for you to have dudes back here that really understand how to move and where they're supposed to be. And a lot of the times what we saw on some of these clips are a good quarterback can pick apart outside leverage, in my opinion. From what I've seen on film, it's why I don't do it. But I don't like this because you went from having inside leverage, right there. Start inside, stay inside, right? You guys know me for that. Start inside, stay inside. Start inside, stay inside. So right here, you're starting inside leverage, and then you step here, right? And on a jab step, which I don't even know why you opened up there anyway. Okay, I know you're a fan of playing more in a bail technique, and so I get it. But if you're going to start inside, stay inside, right? If he really starts to run outside, you're just going to squeeze that route down to the sideline anyway. But you jump leverage, and now he has inside leverage. If this quarterback wasn't scrambling for his life down here because there's all this problems right here, if he wasn't running for his life and he was able to step up, right? You throw that ball around here to throw him open and let him catch it. Don't overthrow it. Throw it over the safety, or with him being able to scramble right here and getting free. If he could step up and throw this ball to throw him open, right? You lost leverage. He'll be able to catch that. But because he overthrew it, that worked out in your favor. So start inside, stay inside. Okay. Let's make sure we keep that there. I want to see you pick up a better block. I know who that is. I just want to see you pick up a block there. All right. So here, outside leverage. I don't like this. All right. I don't like this. It puts him in him. You guys are the this is dangerous, right? If this quarterback is quick enough, this can be dangerous. So because they weren't attacking that anyway, it's not that big of a deal. I just personally, again, I'm not a fan of it, but I do like you keeping your eyes and you getting out of this break. Come on, man. Why is it catching the spider web? I'm so used to using regular huddle and not like highlight film. All right, I like that. I do like that. Watching, let me see where your break is. Fire out of that. Great. That was just excellent play. I mean, I really don't have much to nitpick on it. Okay, but there, all right? Start inside, stay inside. So I like your start. You go to weave, but for whatever reason, you weave outside, and I don't know why. There's no reason for you to weave that way. You already have the leverage there. Your leverage is perfectly fine. You might not even have to go into that much of a pedal, but it is a slow pedal, so it's perfectly fine. You see his pad start to raise, so you know that break's coming at some point, right? I like this speed turn though, of you being able to recover and realizing, I just want to see that head snap a little bit sooner. It looks like it hung up and then snapped. So almost like you were looking sideline and then managed to get head around, but you could also be seeing player and then looking for ball. So I won't hang on that too much. But I do like that speed turn, man. That's solid. That's solid. I mean, this is good film. This doesn't need to be in here. I get it. You made the catch. Looked like a touchdown to me, right? But the issue is, again, we just watched a clip of you in the alternate grays, which are hard. Those are dope unis. But the alternate grays, we just watched you in a bunch of dark jerseys playing against people in white jerseys, and then it flips, and now you're in white, okay? and now I have to readjust. And the circle happens post snap, not pre snap, right? To highlight where you are. So I'm readjusting. Honestly, because you switch sides every now and again, if I'm looking middle and waiting for the indicator of which side you are, and I catch this out of my peripheral, I'm probably going to think this is you to start, right? So just go ahead and take this out. If you play enough offense, man, just make an offensive clip. Or you can put this at the very end with a title like offense. I like that. I like that kick into your weave, man. I really do like that, right? So here we go. You see that underneath crosser. You have the one receiver, they cross. So the one receiver and the two end up crossing. So the two becomes one becomes two, true two. The nickel's got to pick up the two. And you kick into that weave, but maintain that leverage. That is a great clip, right? Force that receiver to have to play turn into a DB. That is an outstanding play. And this is why I've always felt like, even though when we had Noah, and Noah being the single high safety, you being a corner, go to too high, you come back to safety. My personal opinion, and I've said this since I met Jaydon, is that Jaydon is a better safety than a press corner. You're not a press corner. He's more of a coverage corner anyway. As you can see, he plays really well in cover 2, plays really well in cover 3. I think that as a safety, you're a problem back there. And it's because of this. Right? I like that start. I like the pad height. I like where you're going. Right? I would, depending on the speed of the receiver in this play, there's no reason for me to nitpick some hypothetical, so I'm not going to. But, you know, maybe take an extra step to your right towards the outside when you open up to turn. But that's great, man. That is fantastic. Squeeze. Oh, well, there you're already running the route, so there's no point in squeezing. Disregard what I said. It's another really good one. Noticing, not taking off, getting that read. Anything breaks below what the R4 system likes to call the hard deck, but anything that breaks short, breaks shallow, you let it go because you're deep. Love that. Outstanding. All right, so this play, right? So here's that outside leverage. Personally, I mean, you are on the boundary, so it kind of, it's kind of one of those things where spacing comes into play. I don't necessarily dislike outside leverage here when you are on the boundary side, so that is okay, spacing there, as long as our safety is paying attention and knows what's what. But seeing this and recognizing that his route is pushing upfield and he starts to do that little stem inside, I would have preferred to see you start to kick just slightly to your right. Maintain that outside leverage, right? Start inside, stay inside, start outside, stay outside. Maintain your leverage. I want to see, before you open up, you have a habit of wanting to go straight into bail. Play square and kick. Play square and a little lateral. So before just taking straight back and opening, I'd like to see you get here and then open, right? Because now you're squeezing this down, because if he does decide to try to run outside and bend outside and you're already in that bail, you're just running with him, you're just going to squeeze him down to the sideline anyway. But right here, I would just like to see for you to take that scooch step, your read step back, kick this way, then start to open up. Because once he starts running, you are actually having to chase him. Right here, you're beat. So this is one of those where being a little out of position kind of hinders this. And now you're beat. And see, this is what that would have prevented. If you would have taken that read step, kicked over to squeeze that route, then you can kind of get a hand on him and run and kind of throw him off his route, smack the wrist, throw him off his route a little bit, and squeeze on that hip. You'll be perfectly fine there. But an error throw is really what saved you there, because if the QB throws him open, he throws that more so inside the hash rather than outside the hash. And I don't think you managed to get here. That was an error throw on the QB, but that was a great way for you to use their mistake against them and let them know that we work on clear skies over there. So I rock with it, man. My guy Molina, you know, take a look at him, right? And again, I think at the next level he'll be a solid safety. Oh, I missed this one. Head coach's alma mater from Adams State, shout out. So you got you have 2 right now from RMAC. I would just want to see, you know, let's just tighten those up a little bit. And honestly, that's solid film. I think anybody who watches this could look up and say, yeah, I could use this guy in my secondary, especially in the RMAC. I would like to see, you know, a couple more of those offers come through, and yeah, let's see you pick up, man, because Molina's a dude.